The dark forest theory. Horrifying theory explains the absence of extraterrestrial alien contact by Scott Hendricks from Big Think. The Fermi paradox asks us where all the aliens are if the cosmos should be filled with them. The dark forest theory says we should pray we never find them. The Milky Way galaxy has 200 billion stars and perhaps 100 billion planets. If even a small fraction of those planets harbored life, and even if only a pathetic scattering of those planets had life forms which became intelligent, our galaxy would be teeming with alien civilizations, some of whom would be either looking for us or discoverable for at least a little while. The number of alien civilizations a galaxy should have can be determined by an equation, the Drake equation, which turns the above factors into variables. When you plug them into formula, you find that there should be at least 20 civilizations in our cosmic neighborhood. This makes the fact that we have yet to find any other life in the cosmos almost shocking when you think about it. The seeming discord between how many advanced civilizations ought to be in space and the lack of evidence for any is known as the Fermi paradox, which asks, where is everybody? That is, where are all the extraterrestrials? It has led to dozens of hypotheses and potential solutions over the last few decades. Many of the solutions aim at one of the variables in the Drake equation and try to make the supposed number of civilizations lower so it's more reasonable for us to not have met anybody yet. Some propose that life started at all is rare. Others suggest that the development of intelligence is a bottleneck. Others still posit that most civilizations would live for a short time before blowing themselves up, or conversely, never even managing to invent the radio. One solution, however, is a bit darker than the others. The dark forest solution explains why we have not yet heard from aliens by positing that they are purposefully keeping quiet. The reasoning is laid out best in the science fiction novel The Dark Forest by Liu Cixin. In plot of the book, the plot says the second in the series concerns questions of how to best interact with potentially hostile alien life. In the novel, the argument is laid out like this. All life desires to stay alive. There is no way to know if other life forms can or will destroy you if given a chance. Lacking assurances, the safest option for any species is to annihilate other life forms before they have a chance to do the same. Since all other life forms in the novel are risk-averse and willing to do anything to save themselves, contact of any kind is dangerous, as is almost assuredly would lead to the contacted race wiped out whoever was foolish enough to give away their location. This leads to all civilizations attempting to hide in radio silence. The reasoning behind the paranoia is explained in this paragraph from the novel. The universe is a dark forest. Every civilization is an armed hunter stalking through the trees like a ghost, gently pushing aside branches that block the path and trying to tread without sound. Even breathing is done with care. The hunter has to be careful because everywhere in the forest are stealthy hunters like him. If he finds another life, another hunter, angel, or a demon, a delicate infant to tottering old man, a fairy or demigod, there's only one thing he can do, open fire and eliminate them. It's a bit like the prisoner's dilemma, really, and the concept is based on applied game theory. Is there a non-literary approach to the solution, or is it just an idea that is good for a story? It was also put forth by scientist David Brin as a potential solution to the lack of radio evidence for alien life. While the variant he describes relies on robotic probes carrying out the task of killing off civilizations other than the one that created it, the core concept remains the same. In this excerpt, he explains why the solution, an attractive one for scientific purposes and terrifying for existential reasons. It's consistent with all of the facts and philosophical principles described in the first part of the article. There is no need to struggle to suppress the elements of the Drake equation in order to explain the Great Silence, nor need we suggest that no ETs, IS, anywhere would bear the cost of interstellar travel. It need only happen once for the results of this scenario to become the equilibrium condition in the galaxy. We would not have detected extraterrestrial radio traffic, nor would any ETs have their settlement have ever settled on Earth, because all were killed shortly after discovering radio. He then reminds us that broadcasts of I Love Lucy are racing across the cosmos, ready to reveal our location and sense of humor to anybody who can pick them up. How plausible is this theory? This theory has the advantage of only affecting one of the variables in the Drake equation and affecting the one that is the most open to speculation. It also does not require us to make broad assumptions about how all alien civilizations behave. A single advanced race that acts this way would be enough to cause the observed situation. This would also explain why we have not found any mundane alien radio signals despite a century of being able to pick them up, just as we accidentally send our radio signals meant for us out in space, another civilization would be likely to us as well. One possible reason for this is that other civilizations are so fearful of being detected that they purposely avoid sending out any radio evidence of their existence. It does, however, assume that other species have a similar risk aversion level and reasoning process as we do, or that there really is one civilization out there killing off anybody they think can harm them. This is a big assumption. Why is this dark theory? We've been screaming our existence to the cosmos for almost 100 years now. Any aliens with a 100 light year radius of us would be receiving a barrage of radio signals from our direction. If we had reason to avoid letting aliens know about us, as Stephen Hawking thought we did, we might have a problem. Why haven't we heard from aliens yet? If this solution is correct, they're purposely hiding in the darkness of space for fear of death. Should we stop broadcasting our existence to the universe to them? Or would alien life be a little nicer than we have been in our history? That's a big question. This is by Scotty Hendricks from Big Think on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.